This is my attempt at doing a quick review of Dead Island Definitive Edition. Some of the things will sound incorrect and it will sound rushed, so please don't be angry with me when you watch this and you're like, that's not right, because I just wanted to see if I could do a review in under 5 minutes. So just sit back and enjoy the video. Thank you.
Stand up. Sam B got the thing that go bump in the night. Whoa. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Hide your kids, grab your wife, better get out of sight. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Let's go. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Who do you voodoo, bitch? Let's go. Sam B the papa.
In today's edition of Quick Review, we'll be taking a look at the Dead Island Definitive Collection, Techland's open world zombie RPG series. We'll be taking a look at all 3 games in the collection, Dead Island, Dead Island Riptide, and Dead Island Retro Revenge. So with 5 minutes on the timer, here we go. Starting now. The original Dead Island was a bit of an underrated gem in my opinion. Yes, the game's story was pretty bad and it could be pretty buggy at times, but the game had a very solid first-person melee combat system, and I absolutely adored the co-op. And this definitive edition has allowed me to go back and relive the brilliant memories I had many years ago, and it's a fantastic definitive edition. It completely overhauls the graphics and makes them look beautiful. The game is gorgeous. It is upgraded to the latest version of Techland's Chrome engine, the same one used to power Dying Light, and oh my god, it is beautiful. The textures look better, the shadows look better, the lighting looks better, everything looks better, except the character models. And the only other complaints I have about the graphics is this weird shimmering effect over some of the cutscenes, and the motion blur is a little too much pronounced. There's no option to turn it off. I kind of would have preferred if they had an option like that, but they don't. But it doesn't matter, because the game still looks beautiful nonetheless, and this definitive edition is one of the few I've actually seen to bother to actually completely overhaul the graphics, so well done Techland on that. Other than that, the games are pretty much the same. They're open world zombie RPGs with a from a first-person perspective that focuses on melee combat. There are guns in there, but I'll go on to that in a second. The melee combat is absolutely excellent. It has a sort of dismemberment limb-breaking system, which allows you to dismember enemies in order to give you an edge in battle. For example, you have the Thug, which is sort of a big enemy, and it will use its arms to pretty much knock you on the ground. You can cut off its arms so that it'll only be able to headbutt you, making it a lot easier to attack. And I love this system. It works incredibly well and it's brilliant, especially when you use the analog control option, which allows you to get a more tighter control, and my god does it work very well. The weapons are fully customizable and they are really fun to use. The only part of the combat that I hate is the gun combat. It feels awful. The guns feel pathetically weak, and there's a big auto aim controlling your aim, and you can't turn it off, and it makes the aiming nearly impossible at times. Thankfully, the shooting sections are laughably easy because the enemies are just terrible. The AI is so bad during the shooting sections. The human AI will just take cover, they'll pop their heads out, and you can easily shoot them for a headshot, and it's no issue. Other things to mention about the gameplay: the quests aren't terribly exciting, but you do get a bit of variety. You can drive vehicles, which is pretty fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You level up, obviously, and you can use that to get new abilities and to obviously improve abilities that you already have, which is very good. And there's a very satisfying feeling to the skill tree, and there's a lot of different skills to upgrade, so you're going to be spending a time leveling up your character, and it's worth playing as the different characters, as they all have different abilities and skills that gives them a certain edge in combat over the other characters. And just, if there's anything really else to mention about the original Dead Island, it's still a really fun game. It's still a little buggy, there are a few weird glitches at times, but overall I still think the original Dead Island is good. Dead Island Riptide is sort of the more buggier, the more frustrating sequel. It's just got a lot of poor balance with its difficulty, and it just throws you in at the deep end right away, and the game just feels a lot more rushed. It had a few neat ideas in which it actually puts the other survivors in your game if you're alone or with friends. It's a cool, really neat little feature that adds a bit more to the immersion, and also you now have a base defense system, but it doesn't work very well, and your friendly AI just gets in the way most of the time, and they'll get grabbed by zombies, making the defense just more more a chore than anything else. And I just wish I hate those missions. They are bad. And as I said, the balance is just so off. It's terrible. The difficulty is ridiculous at the start. You will die so much and you will hate it. But persevere and you'll find a game that's pretty much the same as the original Dead Island, just not nearly as memorable or as good. Dead Island Retro Revenge is kind of a footnote. It's not very interesting and it's not very fun to play. It's fun for the first few levels, but you find it's very frustrating and the game just tosses you in at the deep end, which was the same problem as Riptide. It's neat for maybe about 10 minutes, but you won't play it longer than that. It's not worth picking up on its own, and it's a neat little bonus, but I would have preferred if they had just remastered Escape Dead Island and attempt to fix that game. Overall, the Dead Island Definitive Collection is not too bad. It looks good, it runs well at 30 frames per second, not 60, but will live, and the two games are still pretty awesome. Riptide is not as good as isn't as good as the original, but still, it's a fun game to play, and you'll enjoy the collection. It's a definite buy for people who haven't played the game, and if you want to play through these games again, then you might want to pick it up too. I would say it's a recommended purchase. And stop! We just hit about 5 minutes. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed this quick review. I'm sorry if the review sounded a little rushed. I wanted to try this whole quick review thing and see how it worked out. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, guys. Bye!
What kind of fucking tripe is this? Ah, my fucking ears are bleeding!